Mate, what are we doing here, guys? Leslie, the forehead headland, has come out and said that the Acolyte succeeded, despite everyone basically hating it, and despite it being cancelled. It succeeded. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Leslie, mate, you should be laughed out of Hollywood. In fact, you shouldn't even be in Hollywood, because people seem to forget this. Not you guys watching this, I'm sure. But Leslie Headland was the former personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein. So, basically, the Hollywood's version of Jeffrey Epstein. Not her. She was the personal assistant to Hollywood's version of. Slight, hyperbole there. But you get my drift, right? Like, this person is a nasty individual and has seen nasty things and facilitated nasty things, no doubt. Allegedly. So this is pretty mental. She shouldn't even be in Hollywood, but she's come out and gone, yeah, the Acolyte succeeded, guys. It succeeded. No, it didn't. Shut up. What are we talking about? What are we doing? Why do we allow deluded freaks to keep getting massively high-paid jobs that are lining their bank accounts with millions? Like, if you genuinely think the Acolyte succeeded, you're mental. And you should be in an asylum, not in Hollywood. Well, there's an argument to be had that everyone in Hollywood should be in an asylum. But you get my drift, right? Like, stop funding like mentally ill retards. Like, this is crazy. Anyway, I thought we'd take a look. I wanted to talk about this. I saw this the other day and I was like, what? This is worth talk about, isn't it? So, as this article notes, and it is worthwhile just going through, just to remind everyone, despite collapsing viewership, $250 million production price tag. That's factual. We have the actual numbers for that. Like, we know the budget of this show. We know that categorically because they filed their taxes in the UK, which means they're publicly available. I've done videos on it. So, yeah, $250 million it cost. And then it was cancelled after one season. Leslie Headland's been like, mate, it succeeded. It was a success, and that wasn't. So that's the word now being used to describe one of the most divisive and commercially underperforming projects in modern Star Wars history. In terms of commercial performance, it is difficult to gauge, but if you're just gauging it on viewership, yeah, it was a commercial flop. So the claim stems from a quote that obviously everyone's going, what are you talking about? And the quote is, the Acolyte succeeded. In destroying Star Wars, yeah. Or destroying... I don't know. It succeeded in lining people's bank accounts. Those people reviewing it, definitely. I earned a pretty tidy sum from reviewing this garbage. So, here's the full quote. When we set out to make The Acolyte, I hoped to create a new expression of Star Wars, inventing something to expand on the storytelling I have loved since I was a child. And since it premiered in 2024... the fans of the series have affirmed this. We succeeded. So I don't really... I mean, if you're going to dissect that entire statement, right? She set out to create a new expression of Star Wars, expanding the storytelling she loved when she was a child. And apparently she succeeded on that. Well... the storytelling you would have watched as a child is the original trilogy. I don't think you can rightly say they expanded any of the storytelling. I mean, even just from like a cinematography perspective, right? So like the basis of visual storytelling, they didn't expand on anything from the original trilogy. The original trilogy. There wasn't anything that you'd look at and go, oh, that looks reminiscent of that. Like, cinematography-wise, was all over the place. There was no shades of the original trilogy in there. So even if I'm being charitable and let's look at it just from a viewing perspective, framing perspective, no, it was nothing. It was garbage. Right? It was absolutely insane. They added, like, just cutaways and this and kung fu and all this other... It was weird. So you can't say it was a success just on that basis. You can't say it was a success in terms of opening the storyline up and expanding it from the original trilogy. Like, it's set before it. And there's nothing in there which really pertains to the original trilogy. It's just such drivel and nonsense. Like, you're talking absolutely out your bumhole. Like, it's so bad. And it really did just tank. It was so bad. The finale recorded the lowest viewership of the entire season, right? So everyone was just like, God, this is bad. And then they'd watch another one and they go, God, this is bad. They'd lose some viewerships. And then some people would be like, oh, just hold on for one more. And then they'd go from that one. And then so on and so forth until you get to the end. And then it was just dead. And the funny thing is, normal trajectory of shows is it premieres really strong. It dips off in the middle. And then it closes really strong. People watch the finale. And this it was a linear fall down. Just crap. It peaked a little bit for the penultimate episode. And then just absolutely tailed off. So people obviously was like, oh, well, let's check back in on this absolute garbage. And then they're like, oof, this is still absolute garbage. And then they just switched off. Mental, isn't it, really, when you think about it? $254 million as well. And they're like, oh, it's a success. No, it wasn't. What are you talking about, mate? $254 million for 8 episodes. Wow. So bad. Genuinely so bad. And it just bombed. And then they just started blaming everyone else. And the thing is, it was narrative. Like, the writing was genuinely bad. Right? So it had bad structure and pacing. Character writing was terrible. You had like a big old build up to, like, really important deaths were just done off screen. There was that Wookiee, wasn't there, right? There was that Wookiee. Oh, just died off screen. Oh, what? Just died off screen. Oh, okay, great. So what are you spending the money on? Like, this is the thing that never really made any sense because it looked cheap. You can kind of understand if they're choreographing loads of fight sequences, but they didn't. So a lot of it, like, where did it go? Probably up someone's nose, I'd imagine. Because you'd have to be high to watch this every day. Watch the dailies back on this and go, yeah, this is great, mate. Love this. So bad. So bad. And the thing is, it didn't really make any sense anyway. Because they were trying to tell a story that, you know, the Jedi were bad. But they weren't bad. They were actually trying to do good things. They were like, oh, we genuinely believe these witches are going to sacrifice these children. Oh, we better save the children then. Or like, it was just loads of stuff. And they were like, trying to make them out to be evil. And you're like, no, what? No. This seems to be a genuine misunderstanding. And one of them is actually evil. So that person's bad. But you're trying to frame it as good? Oh, it was all over the place. Terrible show. But just funny. Still banging on about it as if it's culturally relevant. It's not, Leslie. Just give it up, love. Terrible, terrible.